So tell me about yourself. You where you from? You grew up on the bayou, and the ultimate question: why you doing what you're doing? Why you sticking yourself in the political realm?
Well, first of all, I born and raised in Duke,
You do like that?
do like that a little bit too many times sometimes. But lived on Shrimpers Row all my life, born and raised, and moved to Homer. We live on Willow now, but really grew up on the back deck with shrimp boats, crab boats. I remember we were talking about that the other day. I went down to Cocodrie. We started crabbing when we was young with my dad and all. We couldn't afford crab cages. We used to fish with a palon. We'd go to Lake Boudreaux and use some cow lips, and you string out a thing, and that's how we made a good living. We thought we were in heaven, back then.
You pull that string in real slow. Huh?
No, what it is, you put a stick of you stick a pash, which is a tree that you cut, and you put a flag like on it, and then you probably about 600-700 yards, string strung out, and then you stick another one, and you put 2-3 of those like that. Then you come back to the first one, and my dad had a little putt boat. And then on the back, you had a roller. You put when you go to the window to go run, you put the line on the roller, and he would just drive slow to that flag. And as it come out the water slow, and if the crab was big enough, he'd throw it in the boat, and we'd take them. Back then, you didn't have boxes. You had wooden bushels.
Right.
So we'd put them in the wooden bushels and stack them up. And then at the end of the day, you pick up your line, you put salt on them so they don't rot as fast. And that was a way of life back then, and it was different. I mean, as a kid, I was thinking about that the other day. People, FEMA. I don't remember FEMA. I'll be honest with you.
I really don't either. That had to be something new, like right before Katrina happened.
I was 60 years old. I'm 60 years old now. I remember, like, as a kid, and we didn't have the advance notice. Now, if it make a wave, it's coming.
Yeah, I was saying that at my stand-up comedy show the other day. I was like, you know why they do that? That's marketing. That's all that is.
So they can start selling stuff.
We got the 21-day outlook. What are you talking about? We didn't know. Nash Roberts would tell us 2 days before, hey, bro, you're either gonna.
You better get it going.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't this craziness. They're just trying to sell stuff to you.
And what we did back then, my dad had a skiff. Well, everybody in the neighborhood had a skiff. We'd pack up on the skiff where we can get in, and we'd head up the bay as far as we can and ride the weather out, and then we'd come back. And we had linoleum, and we'd take the linoleum. If it flooded with the mud, we'd take the linoleum and bring it out, wash it out on the clothesline, and go back inside. And in the corners of the house, we had plugs, but we knock the plugs out and we wash all the mud off the floor. Then you pass your Clorox, and then you let it sit, and then you take the Clorox and water and you wipe down your furniture, and then you come back, you rinse the Clorox out, let it dry, you put your plugs back, you grab your linoleum, spread it out, put your furniture back, and you went back to living.
Done.
You didn't wait for the truck to pass to feed you. You didn't wait for the inspectors. You didn't have all of that.
And look, it's I think that's what. When Ida hit 2 years ago, I saw that, like, the good, like, I never ever want a storm to hit here, but you almost have to have something crazy happen to bring the goodness out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, now we're back to normal and everybody's,
Well, I said that the other day when I did the interview with Harry on HTV. We from down the bayou. I mean, Cajuns, Native Americans. Now we have a lot of Hispanics, Asians, whatever they are. We proud Louisiana people. We proud, tough, Terrebonne Parish people. It don't matter if you hate your neighbor.
Right.
Y'all could be fighting. You can be having the biggest feud. But if something happens to them, guess what you're going to do? You're going over there and you help them.
Right.
And you're going to make them think. But now when they backed up and gone, you might hate them again.
Yeah.
But there's a thing. I'm a Mason and a Shriner. But there's a thing that every year they advertise in, not say advertise, but they have a reenactment of in, I think it's Port Vincent, is when the North was fighting the South, okay? The commander on the ship died, and he was a Mason. So they raised the flag and all. So they went ashore, and the guy explained to him, he said, look, our commander's dead. He's a Mason. We want to have a Masonic funeral for him. And they laid the guns down for a whole day. They said, okay, bring them ashore. Because there was Masons in the South and there was Masons on the North.
Right.
They stopped shooting at each other, killing each other. The man came ashore with the commander, gave him a Masonic funeral, gave him all the blessings and everything they had. Everything was quiet. The next morning, they went back to killing each other.
Yeah.
It's just pride.
Right. It's like it's crazy. It's almost like that old saying, like, we can make fun of ourselves, but nobody else make fun of us. You know what I'm saying?
My little girl was saying that Saturday we was down at the camp in Cocodrie, and she was talking to the neighbor, and it's like, me and my sister will fight, but nobody else can fight with my sister.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll fight with her, but you're not fighting with her,
Exactly. You always take up for them.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah, and I think that's what and
that's our heritage.
Right.
I mean, and that's what we're missing. People are just, our heritage is going away. And like I mentioned the other day that they got a French talking school because I've talked French. Was raised, and I was so proud when they brought it back. When they're trying to bring it back to teach our kids, our grandkids, our ancestors, our French thing. But the seafood industry is gonna be the same way if we don't step. Like that's somebody the other day on HTV on the council. Matter of fact, we're urging everybody to go down and buy ice chester shrimp. But if everybody in Terrebonne Parish bought an ice chester shrimp, guess what? It'd still be the same way. It would not save our industry. We need to lock our borders down. We need to stop buying imports. And if it's against the law, well, let them take us to court. Let's fight them in court.
Right.
Because, it's just so many angles we can attack them on. First of all, the health issue. They don't have to go through what our process are going through. They don't have DEQ popping up, Board of Health and all of that popping up, writing them up, giving them fines. They don't have to pay the wages we pay. I was looking at it earlier on the computer. Average wage, $500 a month, $1,000 a month.
You can't do nothing with that.
We got to pay that a week, near to some of our, we got to pay that a week to some of our people,
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like playing football, and the Louisiana processors, they're at the 50-yard line, and they're looking at 50 yards to go down to make a touchdown. But the importers are looking, they only got a 10-yard field.
Right.
So who's going to score more points?
Exactly. I mean, it's true. It's like, and that's why one of my stand-up comedy routines is paying homage to them guys that are selling the shrimp on the side of the road because they're trying to bypass everything. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to have a permit to sell it. You got the health board coming in and checking on you. You got to pay these certain fees.
Amenities. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just not right. I mean, if we can't stop them, at least make them play on the same field as us. Mm-hmm. You get import shrimp, Captain Bob's fresh shrimp, Louisiana process. But on the bottom in little bitty letters, he gives the port of origin is India.
Right. Or China.
China, China and what it was just not see China and Vietnam, the two biggest, and then you got Indonesia and all of that,
Right.
Port of origin they should have the port of origin on the side in big letters.
Mm-hmm.
Let the people know, because people think they're being finagled. They think they're buying Louisiana seafood, but
it's just processed.
It's just processed. It's peeled here.
Right.
You're still buying the same poison. You're hurting your people.
Right.
They're like, oh man, I buy nothing. Flip it over. Look at that little bitty fine print.
It's true.
Like buying a timeshare, that little bitty fine print that you didn't see.
Mm-hmm.
and that's stuff that should be brought to the table. If we can't stop them from coming in here, make them work on the same field we are.
Tax them.
The taxes are there, I think. The thing is, we always sticking our nose in other people's business in the United States. Why are we not over there for, they're using slave labor.
Mm-hmm.
Step in. People, if you go, they should have to pay their people like we pay our people. They should have inspections like this, and they should have one of the local processors on the inspection team. Don't send people from New York or Washington that don't know a damn thing about shrimping.
Right.
Send one of your local flat-footed cooners with white shrimp boots on over there and see what's going on here.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't need the Board of Health to tell you if you got rotten shrimp or not.
No. Well, what they need to do is send the Board of Health over there and catch them shrimp and get them to eat it.
Yeah, exactly.
And see how many, no, I don't eat shrimp. You know, because it's not that you don't eat shrimp, you don't eat those shrimp.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I mean, it's almost like it's the easy way to go because they don't get all those extra fees involved in it, and we just try to do the right thing. Yeah. And it's always we get.
Let me tell you something. I tell people all the time. worked on the shrimp boats all my life. And I say all my life, until a certain age, about 20-something years old. And then I went and get my captain's license and became tugboat captain,
Right.
I worked in the oil field. So, but if the shrimping industry was part of the oil field, United States the federal government would have stepped in because it's a hostile takeover. And people say, what you mean? They coming in, they hit us at the plant with the price. They say, man, them Cajuns, those Louisiana people down there, Native Americans, they tough. They going to work, it don't matter what price we set it at. I think the price right now is 60, 50 cents.
Right.
And they're still trying to make a living.
Right.
And so, well, that's not working. But so they're going around, they're buying processing plants. And they buying some of the larger ones there is and shutting them down. They're not buying them to work them, they're buying them to eliminate the
competition.
Competition, basically what they're doing. And then they said, well, maybe they can still peel them. We're going to hit them harder. We buying the cold storages, which is humongous freezers, cold storage. So if they do buy them and they do peel them, guess what? We ain't got no place to stack them. So they're going to shut down the peeling because we have no place. When you're buying 400 boxes, 300 boxes a day and peeling it, you need some room.
Right.
You can only stack so much in these little freezers we have in the local freezers.
Right.
You need to ship them out and put them in there. So they eliminate that. If that's what I mean about a hostile takeover. And what's going to happen is, you talk to, and I've said this before, I don't want to repeat myself because I got a chance to reach different people, but people tell you, well, I'm not a commercial fisherman. It don't affect me. It does. Because sooner or later, the bank's going to have to start foreclosing.
Yeah,
and
it's going to trickle down.
It's going to trickle down. And how much foreclosure can they handle before they fall?
Exactly.
It's just like the insurance. The other night I was fussing about the new map. They want to force this. They forcing the map down our throat.
Right.
You want to stop bullying in school? Let's stop bullying in the local official, the government.
Right.
You wait.
You're forcing people out of here is what you're doing.
Yeah. And you want to build something, but you're not building it. You're hurting people. They said, well, if we don't pass this map tonight, people won't have insurance. Well, let me tell you something. By this time next year, people won't be able to afford it anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm blessed. My house is paid for, okay? I owe no note on it. But I still pay $500 a month insurance.
Right.
Not counting the taxes that they hit me with.
Exactly.
So do you ever own anything?
Not really.
Not really. So it's two things that's going to ever happen. We're going to either have to self-insure Louisiana, the state's going to have to self-insure us, or these banks are going to have to step in because after the banks start taking houses and nobody are buying them, the banks are stuck with this.
Right.
They're going to get involved.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to say, hey, hold on. Hey, hold on. Now, we got to make it to where, don't get me wrong, we got to, I was asked, can you work with other people? I said, I can work with anybody. I'm a proud Republican, but I can work with a Democrat. I can work with an independent. We need to work together, and that's the problem. People are not working together. People are, instead of pulling, you can pull a wagon further if you pull in one direction than if you got people pulling against you.
Right.
And
I think I think what happens is like we said earlier, it's marketing.
Yeah.
If you got a lot of agreeing and a lot of stuff moving forward and that's boring.
Yeah.
Let's pin each other against everybody.
Yeah.
With racism, with transgender, with everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, brother, I can't see how people don't see through all that bull crap, but they let that thing steer them in different evil directions.
My mama passed, but she always told me, people can't argue by themselves. If you don't answer them, they're going to stop running their mouth.
Right.
Let them talk. Let them say what they want.
Don't feed the fire.
Don't feed the fire. If you don't throw wood on that, guess what you got? You just got ashes.
Exactly.
You don't even have a flame no more if you don't throw nothing on
there. And you know
there.
what? I mean, that goes for a lot of, when I started getting into social media a couple of years ago, I didn't know how to handle all of that. It just kept coming. And now it's like, man, I don't even bother with that. I actually just tell all the haters and all you love them.
Yeah, it's funny.
That even makes them even more mad. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, don't let all of that stuff steer y'all. Like I said, I can work with anybody too. I can't work with stupid people, but I can work with intelligent, different ideas. Okay, well, if you don't like this idea, what do you have? What
Yeah,
are you
show
bringing
me
to the
your,
table?
because
Okay?
and they might have a better reason or a better idea than you.
And I'm all ears about that. You know what I'm saying? But don't tell me, oh, you don't know what you're doing. Okay, well, then where's your suggestion? Where's your ideas? Oh, you don't have none? Okay, well, then get out of here.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, exactly. And then, I mean, but if you got somebody that has a D or a I or whatever on the end of their name when they're voting, it does not matter if we just all coming together and making the shit.
That's what
move
people don't
forward,
realize.
you know?
Republican, Democrat, Independent, we're all Americans.
Yeah, exactly.
And
It's
if we don't group together and we don't fight for each other, we're gonna fall apart.
Yeah,
Worse than what we are now.
yeah.
I mean, we have nobody in Washington represent us. Hopefully, we get a change in it. You know, it's crazy. But get back on track. Education system in Terrebonne Parish is crazy.
Right.
Our teachers are not being respected enough. They're not given enough. First of all, the money that we pay them is ridiculous. You know, I wouldn't want to be a teacher. You have to love the passion of working with kids to be a teacher, because kids these days have no respect for the teacher. They get in there, they tell them what they want because there's no repercussion. You know, the way their school system's running right now with the busing and all of that, you got 5th graders riding with 12th graders. It's ridiculous.
Right.
What's going to happen? Bullying.
Yeah.
I'm
Bullying
and they are 2 different schools. You know, I was like,
well, you saw what happened a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
The fighting with the 2 different schools and everything.
It's like it's ridiculous. And these kids can do what they want to these teachers, but as soon as the teacher want to grab them or put their hands on them, or they're being fired, or they're being reprimanded.
Right.
Why? I couldn't be, because look, I'm old school.
I'm old school too.
You touch me and I'm coming AT&T. I'm going to reach out and touch you. I'm sorry.
I'm all about bringing the paddle back. You think that will
What?
ever come back? You
No,
think
no.
the paddle will ever come back?
No, because too many lily butt people in Washington and Baton Rouge, look, I got mine. Who?
What? I got a couple of paddles too, and you know what? You never forget those.
I should get an award. I think I got the award for more paddling.
I got paddles for not getting in trouble just because I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying?
Most of the time I was in the wrong place.
I know. See, I was never going to do bad things, but one of the things when I was growing up, I mean, and it still blows my mind to this day, we could not talk in the cafeteria.
No.
Could not talk. That was to eat, and that's it. If you talked, you got detention or something, punish work. I go in a cafeteria, they talking, I'm like, man.
It's like
they
church.
got their phones. They got we couldn't bring our Sony Walkmans in with us. We got
we had
punish
no
work,
phone. We barely had a phone in our house,
It's true. It's true. So that's what I'm saying. These kids are so freaking enabled right now. You know what
and
I'm
we're
saying?
not enabling them. And you want to take these same people, these same kids, and throw them into the workforce and expect
them to
and
thrive.
expect them to thrive.
Yeah.
Why don't we bring back? And I'm a big supporter of VOTEC. And people that hear me talk, they know that's one thing I'll always talk about is VOTEC. We need to train our kids. We got kids right now that if you tell them to go check the oil on the car, they wouldn't know what to do.
Right. No.
Couldn't change a tire. So why don't we bring back like simple automotives? Our thing that down the bayou was nautical science back in the day, but you don't have to teach somebody to be a captain. You can teach them how to throw rope, splice a rope, tie a boat, how to house cleaning, keep your boat clean.
Right.
And that's basic. And then when they finish your course, you give them a certificate. You send them to one of these major companies, they'll start them off at $200 a day.
Yeah.
When I started on the boat, when I started on the boat, I was making $25 a day.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
And I was a big dog.
But hustling. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And look, when I graduated in 1995. I'm probably you're probably a little older than me.
Yeah, I'm 60.
60. Okay, I'm 46. So when I graduated, and I got my car when I was young. Like my dad bought it was a 1987 Ford Bronco for $4,000. Okay, and he says you're gonna like it because that's all I can afford, and that's it. My little girl's driving now. You can't find a car for $4,000, like a used car. It's junk, starting 20 grand. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, God,
I know.
dog. And then I'm like, but then it's like, but all their other friends, they got their cars and they got this and that.
It's a
Look,
it's a competition in this world.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not trying to compete with anybody, but it's also like, well, that's all they got too. Like you just gotta take what you give. And I just think when he was like, all right, I'm not paying for gas in that. Sorry. So I started DJing. I went to try to get a job at Rouse's. I tried to do different things to put gas in there. Then they're like, okay, you graduated high school. You got to get a job now. Like, well, I want to go to college. You got to figure out how to go to college and work because, not that they would just threw me to the wolves.
No, but it was teaching you be productive. Remember, okay, look.
You can live here, but you want insurance? You want a car? You 18, bro. Like,
Get it. And tough love. That's how we were. Well, my dad never bought us nothing because we were raised poor. Mm-hmm. You didn't have to wonder if whatever they cooked for lunch, what you was eating that night.
Right.
It wasn't no gas. I wonder what Mama's heating up. She just added a little water to it.
Exactly.
But kids did. But I'm proud. I can say I bought every one of my kids automobiles. They might have not been the nicest. When one of them went to college, she went to Louisiana Tech, and I bought her a new car because I didn't want her on the road, with something used. I didn't want her to break down. But, we got seven kids. So, it's like.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm complaining about my 3. They're expensive. I love them to death, but they're expensive.
Well, wait when the grandkids come around. You think. I just had it. I told one of my buddies the other day, my kids thought they were running my life until they met my grandkids. And they see who the real boss is,
Exactly. Yeah. You raise your kids, you spoil your grandkids.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. But yeah, no, and I'm glad I'm seeing a lot of people come out of the woodworks to run for political office now. And like down to earth people, not like these
common sense, like it was said earlier. Why me? Why not me? Mm-hmm. Somebody asked me, because I got 12th grade education, they think you have to be a lawyer or a rocket scientist to work in Baton Rouge. You don't.
Right.
You just gotta have common sense.
Yeah.
You leave with a clear heart and you come back with a good conscience. Which means if you're doing it for the right reason, that means I'm gonna give 100%. And when I come back, I have nothing to regret.
Right.
Because I did it for the people. I got to, the other night I was telling, remember the people who was, the only person you owe anything to when you go to Baton Rouge is the people that voted for you.
Right.
And the people that didn't vote for you. People in your district. Because when you get into politics, there's 2 things that's going to happen. It's bound to happen. You can't avoid it. You're going to either win or you're going to lose. Mm-hmm. And if you win, you have to support the people that voted against you.
Right.
Because it's their constitutional rights. Because I'm pro-law, pro-life. I believe in the Constitution. A lot of people they want to redo all the things. I think the Constitution ought to be reread, not rewritten.
Right.
Because we can't change history. We can learn off of our mistakes.
Right.
You can't redo what you're going to do.
Right. Exactly.
It's stupid.
It's not, they said, they wrote that thing to make a more perfect union. It ain't perfect.
No.
But that's a good start. I read the Constitution in high school. I honestly think they got away from all of that too in high school. We used to take civics. We used to take what was it? Economics. We used to take stuff like that.
And that's something I was fixing to say. You say economic. That's another thing we need to do with our kids. We need to give them a life course. Teach them how to balance a checkbook. Show them what, make a fake checking account, and every day you throw in scenarios at them and balance that checkbook out. Show them how, you got to pay this. Just because you got $50 left in it, that don't mean that $50 is for you.
Right. You got to hold on to that.
You got to hold that up.
You got a $60 internet bill that's getting ready to come up, and you only got $50. What you gonna do?
You got to teach them. We can't expect them to go out and work. It's like these young football players. I love LSU. I love football, and these kids they sign these multi-million-dollar contracts, and then they broke because nobody taught them what to do with their money. Most of them are poor people, come from very poor family. And they want to buy everybody in their family a house. Right. Everybody in their
entourage gets Rolexes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Anybody,
like, no, dude.
No.
You were giving that money for your special skills, dude. Like, that's your
You
money.
better pick that up, man.
Yeah, you better pick it up.
You pick
because there's a crazy statistic out there that's like, anybody that wins the lottery or signs big multi-million-dollar contracts like that in sports and stuff like that, 80-something% of them end up broke within the next 3 years of leaving that or winning that.
Yeah.
And it's like, because they've never had that money before in their life. You give them that, and they don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Marshawn Lynch he's one of the most intelligent. I mean, as far as that was, anyway, the Skittles guy that plays, he's living off endorsement money.
Right.
He's never
touched the other stuff.
Nutter. He's smart. If you ain't got a Rolex, that's because you ain't working. Go buy your Rolex. I ain't buying you one. You know.
And most of them guys, they so humble. They like ride bikes to ride the subway. They don't have no big ass fancy cars.
No,
they don't
when
do none of that stuff.
Jarvis Landry signed with Miami, he had a old hoopty. You know, he picked that check up. I mean, no matter what I'm riding, I'm going to work.
Right.
You know, that's
exactly.
That shows you that they were inspired as a kid. You know, they were showing respect. Their family. It shows about their family when they do things like that to me.
Right.
You know, and
I think they have the right head on their shoulder, saying that, hey man, at any time one hit is all it's gonna take, and it's over with, it's gone.
Yeah.
You know, so you gotta save that money for a rainy day. You know, so I mean, even like Deuce McAllister, okay, that poor guy, he tried to do right by his money, and I think he put it in like cars, and he ended up losing it with the car collapse. So I mean, that's a life lesson too. You know, like, hey, I'm going to start me a business. What do you do when the business don't come to you and you still got employees?
Well, that's
you know,
same thing like what we were saying earlier about the running an election. You either going to make it or you're not. And it's when you open a business, you got to set yourself up for failure.
Right.
You know, I mean, you got to prepare yourself. Not set yourself, but you need to be prepared in case you fail.
Retained earnings is what it's called.
Yeah.
You got to retain it for that rainy day.
Don't live beyond your means.
Oh,
you know,
no.
a lot of people see that. You know, they go to the register and like, cool, we got just much. That don't mean you got nothing. That's not your money.
Nope.
You got
a good businessman is going to take his money, he's going to save it, or he's going to reinvest it into the business, or he's going to know that one day, 1 month, 1 year, 5 years might go into the the crapper, and you got to rely on that money to so you don't have to I got laid off a bunch of times in the oil field, and it ain't because of I didn't do a good job. It's just because it's a numbers game. You know what I'm saying? And it's just you're gonna have to work that number. You have to outshine, and it's just tough. And I really like what you're saying. Like, bring that to school, man. Give these kids some real life.
We need to teach. We need to stop passing the buck. Basically, what I say is it's one of my slogans. You call your council people now, and look, respect. You know, we all vowed to run a clean race. But you call your council person now that road's busted. Well, that's a state road. Well, how about if you get on the phone and call somebody with the state?
Right.
Well, they don't have call.
That runs through our district. That runs through my parish. Like,
yeah, that's
it's our road.
It's our road. It's
it ain't gonna move. You can't pick it up and move it somewhere else.
Might not have your name on it, but it's yours.
Right.
You're responsible for it. And call somebody. I mean, they're gonna answer your phone call before they answer mine.
Right.
And I'm old school like this. If I call you and you don't help me, but you need our district for re-election, I'm going to let my people know.
Yeah.
Hey, that dude didn't help us, no.
Right.
This guy right here, well, I call him for the road. He tell her, well, okay, stand in line or something like that. Well, you stand in line now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, old school. I mean,
Exactly.
it's like, you don't come back and pat somebody on the back that didn't do nothing for you.
Right. Exactly. You got elected to get into that job, just like anything. Like, I hire you to do a job.
Like I
we
said,
elect you to do a job.
That's right.
You know?
I understand the calls I'm going to get. And that's my problem. That's me. I'm supposed to answer them calls. And, you're going to have a lot of people going to call with little
nitpicky
stuff. My neighbor's burning trash or whatever. Call your local ordinance,
Right.
But what it's holding people accountable for their actions is a big thing, too. We got these contractors, most of the time you see is out-of-state contractors. Mm-hmm. They're going to bid on the job. Well, it just got pushed back a year. Well, when they bid that job, they gave you a completion date. Hold them responsible. You penalize them. Mm-hmm. And then you won't have so many you won't have so much gap in your completion date if you start taking money from them.
Right.
And what we need to see more is Louisiana license plates on the people working on these bridges, working on the roads. You know, you see out of town people all the time.
Right.
Why? You gonna tell me there's nobody in Louisiana can build a bridge? Nobody in Louisiana knows how to.
You're putting them people in hotels, probably.
Yeah.
You're paying all of that money.
We ain't got nobody over here that can do that. Even if they're not from South Louisiana, somewhere in North Louisiana, or somewhere in Louisiana where the money stays here.
Right.
You know, like shop local.
Exactly.
I mean,
I love shopping local. I love it. Love it. But if the local's not there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But if the local is not given the opportunity.
Exactly, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not that they're not there. Are they being given the opportunity? Mm-hmm. That's a big thing. Oh, drugs. We need to do something about drugs. This don't make no sense.
Oh, yeah. It's bad. I mean, I see some people on the side of the road, like in Houma now, that I've never seen before. And I'm like walking funny, and they're on something.
Yeah, they're talking to themselves.
Yeah, talking to themselves. That's a big issue, man.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Mental health, man. The mental health.
People are pushing, and I was gonna but fentanyl, heroin. I said that the other night. I don't know what genius came up with the thing. Well, because heroin used to have 99-year sentence on it.
Right.
I don't know what genius in Baton Rouge came up with. We ain't getting no heroin convict. Nobody's messing with heroin no more, so we can drop the thing. If nobody was messing with it, leave it like it was.
Yeah, leave it like it was. That meant
if it ain't broken, leave it alone.
Yeah, don't fix it.
Don't try to play with that.
Yeah.
But fentanyl, we had last week, a week before last, and do like 3 deaths. I mean, bang, bang, bang. Chauvin, the same thing. The buyers every buyer is the same thing. Fentanyl is killing more people than COVID.
It's true.
And we're not, let's address it. Let's put 99 years sentence on fentanyl. Look, I'm a Christian. I'm a Catholic. I believe in God. I believe in giving people second chances because people can change.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give them 99 because you're going to have to mandate it because when it gets to Baton Rouge, the liberals are going to say, oh, yeah, but you give 99, but do 5 and we're going to, no. 15. You give them you mandate a time. 15. You come to this board after 15 years in prison. Let's see what you have done.
Right.
If you're in there getting rid of a contraband, smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, or on the telephone, you know what I'm saying? Hustling.
Uh-huh.
Well, you ain't learned nothing.
Right.
You're not ready to come back to society. See me in another 5.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Or if you get a man that come up to you, he's been in these church-approved groups, rehab, taking all of these courses, learn the trade. That man needs to be brought back into society because he's learned his lesson.
Second chance, yep.
Second chance. I believe in second chances.
Right.
But if you're going to go in there and you're going to play, well, let me give you 5 more to go play.
Yeah.
It look like you're enjoying yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't come out here
Don't
and
come
ruin
in.
everybody else's.
No. You're not going to come and appeal my parade.
Right. Exactly.
And people need to help law enforcement. I said that the other night. Let's take the handcuffs off our police officers and help them.
Right.
If you know somebody selling drugs next door to your house, drop that nickel on them.
Right.
They're not going to go in there and knock on the door. Hey, your neighbor said you're selling dope.
Right.
They're going to investigate, and they're going to, if they're selling drugs, they're going to bust that person. Mm-hmm. Like I said it the other night, let Tim Sonia worry about that. That's Tim Sonia's problem.
Right.
We have a wonderful police force and a wonderful sheriff, and what we need to do is, but they can't do it alone. Just like anything, they need help. Inform them. Let them know. Nobody's going to know you call. Mm-hmm. But
you could always leave an anonymous tip.
And even if you tell them your name, they're not going to go back and tell them.
Right. And I went to, I'm doing Leadership Terrebonne right now.
Yeah.
It's a class that we learn different municipalities in the whole parish. And last month we did police enforcement and stuff like that. And let me tell you, I went walk through Ashland, the jail. I've never done that before. It's a very, very spooky feeling when you're walking through there and you see inmates and they yelling at you and screaming at you and stuff like that. And you know that they could change. And I'm just hoping that,
a lot of them are putting on a facade because they never was given the opportunity to change.
It's almost,
I
noticed that a lot of them,
they take on
same people are in there
Yeah.
all the time, and it's because it's almost free room and board, I looked at it that way, and I'm like, man, if we just had and they have programs to refill, rehabilitate and,
but on the same
but I think more needs to be done.
On the same note, though, and like I said, I'm a forgiving. I think people deserve second chance. You can only help the people that want help.
Right.
A lot of them don't want. A lot of people, you're not going to save every one of them. But if you got 10 and you save 2, you did a good thing.
Exactly.
Homeless. And hope I don't. Well, I don't really care if I upset people with it or not. They want to beautify.
It don't matter. You ain't gonna be in politics, or you're gonna upset somebody.
Yeah,
It don't matter what you say.
Jesus Christ was perfect, and he still couldn't satisfy everybody.
No, they killed him.
Yeah. They want to beautify downtown. I'm all for it. And, we need a focal point.
Mm.
But what happened? What's the matter with the rest of the parish? We have more than one street in Terrebonne Parish.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the rest of the thing, homeless. Okay, you're getting us all pretty. Well, you're going to have homeless people sitting on on your benches. You're going to have people sleeping on your sidewalk on your pretty road that you're building.
Right.
You need to address homelessness. You need to address mental health because it's real. We can't keep pushing them in the bushes. We can't keep getting them to sleeping back at a Walmart.
Right.
We need to address that.
Right. Yep. Because, a lot of those people, I see them walking around. And you look, it only takes one berserk mental health reaction to make them go crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I've said this before.
Somebody has to defend themselves and make a decision they don't want to make.
Correct. You see that all the time on the news. Law enforcement agent somebody in law enforcement or something has to take the life of somebody. And then you see their parents on TV screaming and hollering, my baby was mentally ill, and look, no disrespect to the family.
Right.
Because mental illness is real. But if that baby would have had a chance to get help, he wouldn't have been put in that deputy wouldn't have been put in that situation.
Right.
Because a gun in a person's hand, mentally ill or not, it still kills.
Yeah.
So that deputy has a split second. Take their life or my life.
Right.
Now you got the person is dead, and now the deputy has to live with that on their conscience.
Mm-hmm.
Let's address this.
Right.
Let's get money for our mental illness people, to these programs and get these people off the street, get these people some help. And like we said earlier, we won't get them all, but we can get some of them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
These people, maybe you could save them, put them back into society at some point to be productive members.
Right.
Because right now they're not.
Exactly. One of the things that I did learn at the government
leadership,
the leadership thing for the cops is that we got one of the top-notch police departments in I would say the state, dude. I would say the state. We got a bad mamma jamma police department.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Me and the sheriff are real close.
Yeah, me and Tim's close too.
Me and Tim's real good. Me and all head of the departments are real good. Close personal friends.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
People just they gonna be amazed that when I don't know if he'll ever say, okay, that's it. But he's continually building his ideas. That's crazy,
Mm-hmm.
That's people think it's crazy, but it makes sense because it's making money.
It's true.
You seen his budget that he has now? He brought back so much stuff.
He got a surplus.
The surplus is crazy.
It's nuts, and he's getting. They're putting new cameras out along Main Street. Those to where the trouble spots are. They say sometimes just having a camera with a blinking blue light on there deters people from doing anything. They don't even want to go outside and be caught on camera.
No, look at that
to
camera.
smoke a cigarette. Oh man, that camera.
And then that camera's not hooked to nothing.
No, it might not be hooked to anything.
It's a mind game you're playing with them.
Exactly. But it, they were telling us about that. All the new stuff that they're going to be bringing out. all the new
Like
technology.
the traffic cam that they were fighting him for. Why?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That don't make sense.
No.
You know, it's like, oh, that's in traffic. No, it's not in traffic. That's a school zone. You know, you're not supposed to be speeding.
Exactly. So
You get a warning the first couple of months, and once you get a couple of warnings, if you do it again, that means it's a habit.
Right.
It's not an accident.
Yep, exactly. You get slapped on the hand one time, and then okay, no, now we got to do.
Then you
something.
get kicked in the butt.
Yeah, and then we hit your pocketbook.
That's right. That's what I'm doing.
And when you hit somebody's pocketbook, then it makes a huge difference.
It starts slowing down. You're gonna slow down a half a mile before the school, like just in case. You know.
Exactly.
I don't know how far that camera catch. Let me slow down.
Exactly. But so what was the main reason for you to jump in? Like what like, oh man, I got to get in now. What triggered you?
There again, you threading on that line of keeping it straight. I never had that on my bucket list.
Right.
I mean, my wife asked me that. We just bought a camp in Cocodrie. I'm building a new fish hunting camp in Mississippi because I'm a big deer hunter. And she said, "You're setting yourself up for retirement, and you want to take this on?" I don't. And no disrespect, I just don't see the right person up the bat.
Right.
You know, and no disrespect, I don't want pick no fight with nobody, but
No.
I don't think the other two the other two people vying for the position has what I have in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love this district. I'm proud to say I'm from down the bayou.
Right.
You know, we used to sleep with our doors open. Now we got roll down shutters and nobody, you know.
That's true. It's crazy.
You know, I just proud of Terrebonne Parish and proud of the district. And do I need it? No. But do I want it? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I want this bad.
That's
Because I know I could do, you know, you got to understand the way the people are feeling before you could fix the problem. It's like you and your wife having problems and you're going to go see a marriage counselor. We'll come to find out that marriage counselor's never been married. How the hell are they going to tell you what to do?
Oh, they've been divorced 3 times.
Yeah, you're going to fix my problem?
Yeah.
You know, and you got to understand the problem before you can find an answer to the solution.
Right.
And given, you know, our way of life and born and raised down the bayou, and it's not just down the bayou we have problems. I mean, but living in Terrebonne Parish all my life, and I think I got angles. I think, you know, I've already reached out to other House representatives that's on my side. I got people from the House that want to come knock door to door with me. I mean, they know I have it in the heart. They know I have it for the right reason. I don't just want to be a politician, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people, that's all they want to do.
Right. Whose seat was this?
It was a Tanner McGee. Tanner McGee.
Oh,
is,
okay, yeah, Tanner.
He's just not seeking re-election.
Right. I'm good friends with Tanner too. I think Tanner did some good things in there. I just think man, but if you don't have tough skin, that stuff could weigh on you, man. You know.
My thing, and I think Tanner did great at getting money. I would question some of the areas the money went.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of improving our way of life, let's fix it first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like painting a car before you put a motor in it or something. Or, you know, you find a car and you're gonna put a paint job on it before you find out that the motor's no good.
Right.
Let's get it running sound and then make it pretty.
Then make it pretty. Yeah.
That's my questions. You got bridges that'll St. Anne Bridge, that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
The Butte Bridge in Dulac don't make no sense.
Nope.
Robinson Canal Bridge don't make no sense.
Nope.
The money that they spending on that little bridge is like, really? But the big thing about the Robinson Canal Bridge that upsets me the most is the alternative route for that bridge is the Dulac Swing, which breaks monthly.
Right.
So if that bridge breaks, our bridges are so old that they can't go grab a part off the shelf and come back and fix it.
Right. You gotta
make it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, look at the bridges going down Chauvin.
Mm-hmm.
They're still being pulled by ropes.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's the same. That's the same bridges when I was a kid.
Oh no, that's the same bridges. I'm
When you was a
60. I was
kid?
a kid. Mr. Sanford Bridge and all of that.
Right.
You know how old that is?
Yeah,
I mean, come on. You gonna tell me there wasn't enough revenue made from that area
Had
to build in people a decent bridge?
I mean, even the money that we got from the federal government from all the hurricanes over the years, we could have had some leftover stuff that could have fixed these bridges, or even our taxes, our property taxes, and everything that we pay over here should have enough. You know.
to me, it's like the people in the low-lying areas are being forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I don't want to disrespect anybody, but Terrebonne Parish was built of the backbone of the low-lying areas.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Pointe-aux-Trembles.
That's hard-working people.
Pointe-aux-Trembles, Montague, Chauvin, Dulac, Baudelaire. Not just of the people, but of the resources.
Oh, yeah.
How much oil was pulled out, how much
Oil,
revenue was
shrimp,
brought out.
yeah.
And so now it's like you had a racehorse, and he's not running no more. So let's treat it. We're gonna treat him like a mule.
Right.
Hey, get out of here.
Yeah.
These people,
We used them up and okay.
the ropes are still. The only thing different is they don't have a cow pulling it.
Right.
They got a cat head pulling it with a rope. Come on, man. They ought to have at least one modernized bridge down there.
Yeah. Something.
Something.
Exactly.
It does not make any sense.
Right. Right. They got some nice bridges in Lafourche Parish. I mean,
Thank you. Hello.
I know.
How many of them are pulled with a rope?
I know. It's the none.
None.
They got big old chains that I've never seen before.
You got the pontoon. That's ridiculous. Come on, man.
Yeah, I know.
We need to invest. Not just we need to invest properly in our infrastructure. We built levees and pump stations and Morganza to the Gulf. Well, guess what? FEMA don't even recognize them.
Right.
How
you gonna
do that?
Yeah. How you gonna do that? Put all that money.
And then, but then you want to blame FEMA for the flood maps. It's not FEMA's fault. It's our local government.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because if they would have built them the proper way, FEMA would recognize them, and your insurance wouldn't be so damn high.
Right. Is that going to be your number one priority? Probably insurance.
Well, my number one priority is going to be the drugs.
Oh, the drugs. Okay.
Drugs. We got the drugs, and we got to help our kids. But everybody's going to say insurance and infrastructure and all of that. Yes, we're going to work on our insurance. We need to bring the insurance companies back to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Let's work with them.
Yep.
Fraudulently lawsuits.
Yeah.
Like one of them that stick to my mind is the people that sued McDonald's because they dumped the hot coffee on them.
Yeah.
You ordered hot coffee.
Couillon.
Yeah, man, that's stupid, huh? Yeah. You ordered hot coffee, but they didn't have hot coffee on the cup.
Yeah.
And you burn yourself. Ooh, it's like having a fire in your backyard and not having a sign by the fire. You see that flame, you stick your hand in there, you getting hot.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
get burned.
Couillon.
Oh, man, that's stupid. I'm not talking about stupid.
We're making people rich for nothing, huh?
But we need to think. Another thing with the insurance. These companies, okay, you get like Lighthouse, Northern Light, all of these little fake companies. I call them fake companies. They dummy companies for your major insurance companies, all they are. Well, we pulling out. We're not paying. We bankrupting. But that company ahead of you, the company that was backing you, they're not bankrupt. Let's go after the investors.
Right.
Huh?
Right.
If you as an investor made money off of the poor people and the unprivileged people, let's make them pay.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's make them pay. You made money off insurance. And look, I'm not an insurance commissioner, but from what I can, most insurance, when they write a policy, is bonded.
Mm-hmm.
Where that money's at?
Yeah, where's the bond at?
Where's the bond money at?
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Somebody's not going after them. They just taking no finance.
Mm-hmm.
Not me. I'm flat-footed and hard-headed.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah. That's what's funny about you stick a Cajun in DC or you stick
You
a
put a
Cajun somewhere.
It's over with.
It's over with. Yeah, because it's
Hey.
we got more common sense than anybody, bro. Like
send you take Coach O and send him to Washington and let him be president for a week. It's over with.
Oh yeah.
They're not gonna play with us because they're gonna say, well, he's not backing down.
Yeah.
It was like they like we went. I remember you said bringing that up when I was young shrimping. It was a total device came out. Ted came out.
Yeah, Ted's.
And we
Turtle
did
exclusion device. For people don't know that.
And we did a blockade in Galveston, in the Houston Channel.
When was that, in the 80s or 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was little. I remember my papa, he was pissed off when he had to put that shit on his thing. He goes, you might as well just put a big ass hole in the damn net.
But what we did, we came and back then we was working on, 90-foot, 100-foot boats,
Right.
And we actually blocked the whole channel. We put ourselves to where there's no way you could pass. Like the bigger boats got in the middle, and then the more shallow draft boats got on the sides to where they couldn't run on the outside the channel even. I mean, it was like all the ships. It was something to see.
Right.
And the Coast Guard would pass with the 50 caliber guns and all, like, yeah, move. Nope, we ain't moving. Yeah, move. Nope. And then finally they said, okay, let's talk. Let's go to everybody come in and let's talk. Because we hurt their pocketbooks.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what we need to bring these insurance companies back to the table and say, hey, look, negotiate.
You need us just as much as we need you.
No, FEMA.
Let's meet in the middle.
Everybody say FEMA. FEMA. Where FEMA get their money from?
I don't know where if FEMA gets it from the federal government, they must print it.
Where the federal government's getting their money from the people?
Taxes, yeah, from us. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah.
We the one that fund FEMA.
Yeah.
And we scared of them?
Yeah. Wait, hang on a second. My tax dollars pay your salary, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
That's like you kids telling you what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope, and now you're not doing that.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not brushing my teeth this morning. I'm going to play on my iPad today.
Yeah. You go to school for me today.
It is ass backwards if you think about it. It is. It's crazy how that stuff works.
And people don't, I mean, maybe, like I said, I'm not a polished politician. And I'm going to say stuff that's politically incorrect and really don't care. Mm-hmm. But I promise you, my heart's in the right direction. And I'm doing it for a reason. It's $16,000 a year.
Yeah.
You go into session 3 months out of the year, and people say, well, I had one guy, you never wrote a legislator proposal. I said, well, that's what you got a legislator assistant for.
Yeah.
Hey, Einstein, I got somebody right here to do that.
It might be ugly coming out, but he's gonna make it look pretty on paper.
She's gonna clear it up for me, and I'm gonna go present it.
Yeah.
Now, when I'm presenting, you might say beep beep beep.
Yeah,
the representative of District 53, you can't say that. Beep beep beep.
You can't say that. Maybe tonight in the ballroom you can, but no, not right here.
No, you can't say that. But I mean, and like I said, I'm not promising to be politically correct, but I'm promising to go over there and doing everything in my heart because I love the people, I love the parish. My wife said, "You talk to anybody? Because we left the camp, and you go in and I'll start talking." She said, "You know that man?" I said, "I know him now." I never met a stranger I ain't never met. Like I'm gonna talk to you.
Exactly. I always said that to all my kids. I talk to anybody. But if you show me a little respect and I'm not aggravating you, I'll talk you to death. But if you like that, well, I'll give you the same energy you give.
Well, I said that the other night. When you talk to people, you have to adapt when you're around people. There's some people you're gonna go talk to them like you flat-footed just like me. You're gonna open up your collar. Hey man, what the hell you do? Blah 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 blah. Then there's some people that's so you gotta. Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, sir. Yeah. Okay, I understand, sir.
Yeah. You got to change your tone a little bit.
You got to camouflage a little bit.
Exactly. You got to be a chameleon.
Yeah.
And that's what I do too. Everybody's like, you don't talk that flat, do you? I said, when I get a couple of beers in me, you ought to see me when I'm drunk, man. Then I really talk flat. Or when I'm pissed off, I really talk flat. But no, man. And I enjoy. Like I said earlier, I enjoy everybody coming out and running because I think last year it was 2 people for parish president. I know that's a different thing, but you only had 2 people running, whereas now you got like 9 or 10 people running.
Well, right here, people have they have opportunity to make a decision. You got one person that's been on the council; it's gonna be 12 years, and then another person, I think this is her first term, and she's shooting. And you got a person that's never been there. Now you want an everyday person. You want a politician, or you want somebody that want to be a politician. That's your choice.
Right.
You want somebody that's felt the pain like you feeling, that has the understanding and the knowledge to make a difference. It's. I think people are looking for change. I didn't have that on my bucket list, and it shows the everyday person that it don't matter who you are, you have the right. You can run. You might have the answer. But, you think it's like going, I guess, making a loan. And you say, oh, man, I can't buy that. My credit's not good. How you know until you try?
Right.
You got to apply for it.
Right.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm applying. I'm not running against Dirk Guidry. I'm not running against Jessica Domingue. We're both applying for we're auditioning for the same job.
Right.
And it's who the people think did the best audition? Or do you want to put two politicians back that been on the board? I mean, the other day I went to Ward 7 and the lady came to me and she said, you got us in a bind. I said, how's that? She said, we've been knowing you a long, long time. We love you. We know Dirk. I said, hold on. I said, let me make it easy for you. I said, no disrespect to Dirk, because Dirk is a friend of mine. Jessica, they showed me so much respect. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, that's what I think. Politics down here, we don't let it get. We don't let it get like couillon like in the other big races and stuff. Yeah. That's one thing about Terrebonne Parish. I never seen like mudslinging. Like I don't remember.
I have because we go back. I mean, like you said, I'm 60 years old. I'm a little bit older than, but I told a lady like this: if you're satisfied with what you got, if you're satisfied with the way your roads are, the way your ditches are, vote back for Dirk. If you're satisfied with it, it's like go back to the saying: if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Right.
You know, but if you're not and you want to give somebody a fresh chance, that's me.
Yeah.
Number 60 on the ballot, Willis Trosclair.
There you go, man.
You know, if you happy with, you know, like Cascade, we need to fix Cascade in Homer.
Yeah.
If you happy with the way your roads are and the way when it rains or thing, the water that you get, hey, vote for the representative you have. But if you want somebody that's gonna get down and you know, I understand how it is to feel you wake up in the morning and you're walking in the water because of the hurricane came through the night. You know, I understand that. I've lived it. I've done that. I mean, a lot of the people that I'm reaching out to have too. And so we're on the same basis. And I understand the shrimping, how they hurting. You know, I have a shrimp boat. I didn't even move it. You know why I bought it? When I bought it to subsidize my income, not as a mean of income. Right. Me running that boat would be selfish. That'd be because if I go out there and catch shrimp and sell them, that means you couldn't sell your shrimp.
Right.
And you need that to feed your family. I'm not running that boat to feed my family.
Right.
That's extra money we bought it for. I left it part. See, it's gonna be a year that I didn't run it the May season, I didn't run it the August season, and no winter's ever gonna run again. It's probably gonna wind up cutting all the rigging off of it and make a fish boat with it to go out there and fish offshore with it.
Right.
You know, but I understand what they're going through. I understand the feelings. You know, it's crazy. We and to get back to the shrimping thing, we were getting more money in the 80s and the 90s than what they're making now.
Right. No,
$8-9 a pound for shrimp. You know.
And you can tell. You can even tell with the recreational stuff going on, like the boat blessing, man. When we were little, man, the boat blessing was like bigger than Christmas. You know what I'm saying? It's because they made money. They were able to make a good living. They decked their boats out with all kind of stuff. You go out there, you go out to Lake Boudreaux and all of that. Bro, you'd have a spread, stay out there. You'd have a whole band on the damn boat.
Oh, yeah, we tie boat to boat side by side, and everybody.
You got maybe 3 or 4 boats that do that now. And it's because it's, well, for one, the tradition's dying down there because they're forcing people out of there. The older generation's dying off, and the younger ones are moving away.
You used to know who lived in that house.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that's a man from Arkansas that built that. He made a camp. He bought that. He made a camp with that.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know your neighbors no more, and that's what's sad.
It used to be where all your brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles lived down the same road as
you. Know, I said that
don't happen no more.
That said that all our kids is moving, and they don't have to because we have opportunities here.
We have so much.
We have a port that we can do so much with, you know, but people can't. You know, they can't get to the port.
Right.
You know, and they can't get to it because the canals of the Homan Ave is clogged. Your ditches, I mean, you buy your Dulac, buy your Dulars, buy your Terrebonne, Chauvin, all that. It's all clogged up. People can't get to us.
Right.
How can you expect them to do business with us if they can't? You know, it's like building a store in the middle of the desert, but don't build no road to get to that store. Right. Hey, come buy stuff with me. How?
Exactly.
How? You know, I mentioned that the other night. Thomas C. Fishery just built a humongous stern trawler. It was going up to Washington. We worked the East Coast. They paid probably $150,000, $200,000 to coat the bottom of that boat. And guess what happened? They get stuck. They had to drag them out. You think that company wants to come back and build another boat here?
No.
Huh?
No.
I don't care how cheap you're building that boat. You add an expense to them people again.
Right. Exactly.
You know, we had to float the boat and get tugs to pull them out. Come on, man. Dig that canal. You want business? Give people an opportunity to come and help you.
Right. Exactly.
We are our own worst enemy. We passing the buck. Stop passing the buck. Look in the mirror and look at the man.
Yep.
That's the problem.
Yep.
And until we do that, we're gonna still be what we are, falling behind.
Yep.
It's a sad situation, but our heritage is gone. And unless you get somebody up there that's willing to fight and bring back the resources that we need, we're gonna continue crumbling.
Yep. Yep. Well, I'm glad to see you and others running for this position. I think it's important. I think it's important that we get some real live Cajuns up in there.
That's what we need. Flatfoot Kunas is coming. And
exactly.
My wife said,
like it is.
She said, "You ready for Baton Rouge?" I said, "The question is Baton Rouge ready for me?" That's not the thing.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I've been there. I go to Baton Rouge all the time. That's to watch football games over LSU. You know.
LSU. Yeah. Or I go shopping with my wife up there. They got a nice. They got a nice Cabela's up there.
Yeah,
so, but,
you go to Tanglewood. I'm gonna be right here by Cabela's waiting on you because I hate shopping with my wife. She gonna look at a pair of jeans, put it down, go all the way around the thing, maybe an hour, then come back and pick up that same pair of jeans. They didn't drop the price in that hour while you're going. Put that in your buggy. You know. She said, You shop too fast. I said, man, I look at the pants. That's my pants size. That's what I want. Throw it in the buggy. Let's move.
That's what I said. My father-in-law always used to tell me this. He said he went to a seminar one time. He says, you got to understand this. He says, women, they go shopping. He says, men go buy.
Yeah. I think the perfect shopping mall would need to have a lounge for the men and the women. Like, okay, baby, I'll be right here when you finish.
Yeah, I guarantee you the mall would be slapping full right now if y'all would put some little bar kiosks in the middle of the damn bar.
Get some little
with some TVs.
Yeah, okay.
That mall would be packed.
Have a he lodge or something. You know, that the football game. Then okay, babe, I'll be right here. You know,
I'll be right here. You just you got a
have
$150 limit. Come check on me. Come check on me in about an hour. You know. All right, well, I'm going to wrap up the podcast, but I do some funny stuff. I do some fun stuff with this. And I had to carry Max because Max is he likes to smell all the guests and everything. He likes to.
I'm glad I took a shower this morning.
Yeah. He's
I'm Max.
He's all mouth. He's all mouth, no play.
Max is a politician.
Yeah. Yeah. He eats, shits, and sleeps. That's all he does. So
I
guess that's a politician.
You work for Terrebonne Parish.
Hey, all right. So we're gonna pick one right here, and we're just gonna answer the question. Me and you. Payow. Let's see. All right. This one. The question is. Oh my God. See Oprah or Arnold Schwarzenegger as the next U.S. president?
Arnold.
Yeah, I have to go with Arnold.
Because it won't be, I'll be back. I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like,
Oprah would say, well, that might offend people.
Yeah. I think Oprah's kind of...
she's left.
Yeah, she's left, and she's...
she's so far to the left, she can't see the center.
Yeah. And I think Arnold Schwarzenegger's left him too, huh? But not as couillon as them. But I mean... Arnold would be funny, like swearing him in.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you think, everybody, I got a bunch of friends in Mississippi. They say, how you understand? Y'all don't get a translator? That's when Coach O was out. I said, I understand every word he says. Yeah. Y'all don't want that need a translator. Y'all don't want to talk funny to us.
No, we have special ears that pick up on that. Yeah,
tigers.
Exactly. Go Tigers.
Yeah.
You got to just keep your ears on. You got to be down to buy. That's some down to buy you. Like, fish have gills. We have ears that can hear that stuff and make the translation with that. All right, let's do another one. Let's see. Be forced to high five everyone you make eye contact with, or strike up a conversation with at least 5 strangers a day.
Strike up the conversation because the one that you already know, you don't need to. And my friends, they know I love them. They know that I'm there for them. Them 5 people, I can add a friend with it,
Exactly. I love talking to strangers.
And that's the only way you're going to learn.
Mm-hmm. My wife's always like, she's like, how can you just talk to anybody? And I'm like, because.
You don't know who you're talking to.
Exactly. You might talk to somebody that like seriously, you might be sitting next to somebody that might be one opportunity away from you being a millionaire. Like, think about it.
Yeah. Well,
like,
look,
you're like, hey, I do this. Oh, I know somebody that does this. Let me give you information. Pop, pop, pop. Next thing you know, something might happen.
We went to the Clemson LSU championship game in New Orleans, and we were sitting in the bar, and they had some people in the corner, and they was having a birthday party, and I just come to find out she's warden at Angola, and her husband is the reentry officer for the state of Louisiana. You know, it's like crazy, but they look like those everyday people, you know, just sitting there enjoying themselves, you know.
Exactly.
It's you never know.
Yep.
Till you ask.
A couple of years ago, me and my wife went to Napa. We sat down in a restaurant, and we were by ourselves in this
Napa.
table.
You know, cool now you tell them you went to Napa when you was buying you some spark plugs?
Oh, man, no, not that one. Not Napa Auto. I was in California.
All right.
That's real liberal over there. Cool. They could pick out somebody from Louisiana like this. You must be from down the bayou.
Let me tell you something. You got to take a flight. You're going to land in California. Can't you land me somewhere else? I don't care if it's extra 2 hours.
I just wanted wine. That's it.
Yeah.
I didn't want nothing else. The wine was good over there. But yeah, we when we landed over there, it's like I talked to anybody. Like it's just like, hey, where y'all from?
Yeah.
And they had a table of a bunch of. We were in San Francisco, so they just went to a Giants game. They were in there getting freaking drunk, and I was just talking to them, and we struck up a conversation. And it's like my wife's like, "You can talk to this dog if you want to." Yes, I can. I can do whatever you want. Like it doesn't bother me. I actually love talking to strangers. All right, last one. Let's see. Jason and all we had this one last time. Let's see. Have this deep dish pizza or thin crust?
Thin crust.
I love thin crust too. We said that too last time.
You can't.
I love like the Dorito crunchiness of it.
And that's crazy because, like I said, I'm a big LSU fan. We went to watch LSU play in Wisconsin. They played in.
That was what 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah. And then what we did was
Lambeau Field.
Lambeau Field. So what we did, we went the day before, and then we rented a van and we drove to Chicago and caught a Cubs game.
Oh, okay.
So we in Chicago, we go eat pizza.
Yeah.
Man, come on, bro.
It was good?
No.
No.
No. Pas bon.
We got better pizza down here.
Oh,
right?
yeah. I told the lady, I said, y'all never heard of Domino's? She kind of looked at me. It was thick. It was wet. No. That's like, it was
like a pie almost, huh?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's not pizza.
That's not me. No.
No. Deep dish means that it's thin crust with a lot of toppings on top.
Yeah,
that's deep
That's
dish.
That's deep. Put some extra.
We're going to come up with a Magnaline pot pizza, you know. Just big.
No, that wasn't no good. Y'all want a box? No, ma'am.
No. I'm not hungry. I'm going to go eat pot of meat sandwich when I get home.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Trosclair, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today. I think we're in good hands when we got a lot of good people that are running for political office with common sense. So.
Common sense is people giving the people choices.
Right.
When you got choices, you can make the right decision.
Yeah. Well, any place they can go look up more information on you?
Well, we on like everybody else, we're running grassroots. We on Facebook. We on the internet, and my number is 985-637-1491. You want to talk to Willis Trosclair? Ring the phone, baby.
Let's go. 5 strangers. Call them right now.
Let's do it.
Well, thank you much for being on the podcast, and y'all go vote, man.
That's it.
Early voting starts in October?
Yeah,
I think it is.
And not just go vote, register to vote.
Yeah,
we can't have many people down here aren't registered. Oh, we ain't gonna get nothing done. Well, if you give up like that, it's like jumping in the bar and not moving your hand. You're gonna drown.
And I tell you what, a lot of more people, I know it's more popular and more sexy and fancy to vote for the president of the United States, but the president of the United States don't do nearly as shit for you as your local officials do.
We vote. I vote. I was taught you vote for everything.
You vote, vote for it all. But what I'm saying is it's so weird to me that people are willing to put their Sunday best on, drive to their voting polls to vote for the president of the United States, which has no real direct impact to them. Whereas, your sheriff, your local officials, your council members, your parish president, those people are the ones that are going to make a direct impact on your pocketbook and your life. So
I vote for everything because I come from a biracial relationship. My dad was a Native American, my mama was white, and I seen segregation live.
In front of you, yeah.
I seen it in front of me. I had 2 different families. My mom was married before, and my dad was married before. And my two biological, they both my brothers, but they couldn't go to the same school. I remember
crazy.
that as a kid.
That's nuts.
You know, I remember seeing white man bathroom, black man bathroom, white lady, and you know, I remember seeing that at the shrimp factories.
Right.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I understand, and voting means a lot to me because on my dad's side, my grandpa and them, you know, my great grandpa, they didn't have the right to vote.
Right. Right.
You know, so I vote. I don't care if it's amendment. I don't
Yeah.
care what it is. I will be there to
Yeah.
vote.
Because
It's my constitutional right.
Exactly. And if they look, and I hear people say, "Well, I'm not going to vote because it don't pay my vote." Da, 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 da.
It does.
It does pay. You want to know why? Because if you lose that right, I mean, you know how hard it would be to get it back to get to vote.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So
Yeah.
please get out, vote. Your voice does make a difference. And what was it? Trump, this last one, he lost Georgia by 11,000 votes. Think about that. You know, well, the conspiracies.
We're not
you can go
we're not
everywhere.
going. Let's
But
not go
what
there.
I'm
We don't have.
saying-
We ending the podcast. We're not just starting it.
But what I'm saying is they got a lot of historical data that a lot of people like won by a handful of votes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
locally we had a.
Very local. I think one, like one or two.
Look how Marshall's race last year, which mean. You know, Marshall brother, Herbert Fitz, a good friend of mine, but
Yeah.
he won by what, 86 votes?
86 votes. Yeah.
86 votes?
Something,
If
80
they
something votes.
If it had 86 people there to say, he would have never, you know.
That's what I'm saying. And you can find 86 people that could have voted
Yeah.
that just didn't want to go vote, that could have turned it the other way.
Well,
you know?
not
So
that I
it
mean-
does make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, and then some of the, I think one of the council race last year, Steve Trosclair and them, that was a close race.
Yes, that was.
Like 50 votes?
Yep. I mean, it's insane how people think that it doesn't make a difference.
But
And
they
it
want to
does.
sit and they want to fuss.
And
but
yeah,
they-
they're the ones that fussed the loudest. What, did you go vote? No, well, shut up.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
shut up.
Shut
You
up.
ain't got nothing to say right here.
Exactly.
This is not, you know, it's
Exactly.
an ABC conversation. See yourself out, you know.
Exactly. But yeah, y'all make a difference. Go vote. Thank you, Mr. Joseph.
Thank
coming
you
in
for your
today.
time
No
and
problem,
opportunity to put the word out.
Man. No problem. And we're gonna I'm gonna drop all your social media links into the podcast, so y'all can go and click and learn all you can about the new man running for district. What is it? 53, right?
53.
Yeah,
And if you got a question that wasn't answered today, call me.
call him. Yeah. He, gave his
Don't
phone
worry
number at the
about it.
beginning.
Don't think about it. Call me because I got nothing to hide.
All right. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to the DJ Rhett podcast. We'll see y'all next time. See y'all later.
Plus tard.
Don't stand so close to me.